stars will stride into the dawn. Never back down till the battle is won. They siege foe with hearts brave and true, unafraid of the unknown, because I'll face it all with you.
Hello, I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. It. Today, Linkara's shows collide, sort of, as we take a look at his review of the first few episodes of Kaizo's Sentai Gokaiger.
Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. A tagline that often does not apply to Patreon-sponsored reviews, which is what we've got today.
Hey, at least it still somewhat fits with one of your shows.
And as you can see from my trappings, clearly we're reviewing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Tell me Yu-Gi-Oh! As a tokusatsu wouldn't be awesome.
I say presumably because when I actually looked at the dates, Go Ranger, the first Sentai series, actually debuted in 1975, meaning the 35th anniversary was a year before Gokaiger premiered. So I guess Power Rangers adapted that part of the anniversary celebration too.
I guess not everyone can celebrate an anniversary of their show on time.
What's amusing to me is that the biggest debate revolving around this episode is people yelling at each other over whose subtitles I should use.
Another reason to go with dubs when possible.
I mean, if Toei could get History of Power Rangers taken down from YouTube, what the hell chance does reviewing the actual Sentai have?
Not much, especially after the show Pro Gambit.
Although amusingly enough, in South Korea, Gokaiger was apparently called Power Rangers Captain Force, which somehow sounds less silly, and yet brings about the mental image of the captains of all 5 Star Trek series uniting together as Power Rangers.
There has to be a Star Trek Power Rangers crossover, right?
Our first episode is The Space Pirates Make Landfall.
The live-action remake of Treasure Planet took a weird turn.
Wow, guys, just look at all those VR troopers.
Oh, come on, Linkara! They're Beetleborgs, get it right!
I kid, but the Legendary War, as it's called, is still pretty damn cool to see all these years later, even if half of these teams were never Power Rangers.
What is the deciding factor of whether or not a Sentai gets adapted into Power Rangers?
No, of course what he meant was, let's turn into fireworks and blow up all the enemy ships at once. Hey, that seems to work pretty damn well. Maybe you should open with that next time.
Yeah, while we're at it, why not start every fight with a Megazord? Actually, speaking of, 34 Sentai teams over there, and no one thought to use their Zords?
Hey, listen! Hey, listen!
This is Navi. Seriously, my joke works on multiple levels.
To the point where I wonder if that was the original intention.
うまく関わりゃいい。それが海賊ってもんだろ。
Actually, if you're a pirate, that means you probably made a lot of wrong moves in your life.
When you're a pirate, right and wrong tend to have different meanings.
And of course, their theme song.
Your heart favorite indeed. Being a pirate is a wretched deed.
You know me. I would have preferred a pirate's life for me, but to be fair, it's not as obvious, and a little less likely to be picked up by copyright bots.
Anyway, like all intergalactic empires, they're too cheap to pay for accurate targeting systems, so they get the dollar store knockoffs and hit every square inch of the area around the ship without actually touching it.
But you forget, explosions that happen several feet behind the Rangers still count as a direct hit, so it balances out.
Guess we're just gonna have to level your cities then. We apologize for the inconvenience.
You joke, but this is Super Sentai. The cities of Earth get decimated by giant robots on a weekly basis. Honestly, at this point, it probably is just an inconvenience.
After pawning one of Loka's rings for cash, our heroes go out for some curry. And their meal gets interrupted by the place exploding.
Yeah, that would put a damper on things.
But no, it's not a bomb. It's a garbage truck. A garbage truck that sucks in a bunch of the Zangiak foot soldiers and then drives away to wherever. You know, I've reviewed comic books with twin clones of Hitler, cyborg animals with guns, and Batman fighting jazz-themed supervillains. And this is still really damn weird.
I don't know. I don't think anything will top the evil pizzas that were no match for a simple stoplight.
As it turns out, the Gokaiger don't actually know that the Ranger keys belonged to the Sentai heroes of Earth, making me wonder what the hell they thought they were doing. Did they think it was just like Final Fantasy X too, and they thought they were dress spheres?
Probably. Though I swear, if all this treasure hunting was just a front so Marvelous can restore his true love.
And now, an advanced preview of Batman v Superman.
More like a replay of Man of Steel.
Me.
It's fine. There's no blood after all.
守りたきゃお前は別の方法で地球を守れ。
Well, technically he did. He stole your weapons to do it. In fact, he's acted more like a pirate than you did, man.
I feel like Marvelous just spouts platitudes without actually knowing what they mean.
Also, what a marvelous asshole.
Don't.
And the Gokaiger show off their own weapons with the giant robot again.
Wait, I'm just realizing. Is that monster on the right Vilgax from Ben 10?
君たちはまだスーパー戦隊の力の半分も使いこなせてないからね。
He's right, you know. Can your powers let you do this?
I don't know whether to blame Japan or the 90s for that one.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
You know, I happened to do that exact joke when reviewing one of Xander's Jew Ranger reviews. Makes me wonder if the Ring of Fire thing is a common thing in the Sentai.
Amazing how I've been able to use that twice in Power Rangers related footage.
I'm inclined to say it is.
I think this show is mistaking reckless idiocy for courage.
It's a surprisingly common misconception.
それが魔法で戦うマジレンジャーの本当の力なんだ。
You literally tried to crush them with a boulder!
Courageously.
Anyway, this episode focuses on Joe, the blue Gokaiger, and trying to fight off a sword-wielding monster. Mind you, in a situation like this, I'd imagine an Indiana Jones thing would probably work best and just shoot the guy.
Yeah, but we already got our Indiana Jones bit with the boulder thing in the previous episode.
What just amuses me is that Power Rangers adapted this episode visually for no real reason. Dude training in a bamboo forest with two swords.
I mean, it's cool visual, so why not?
The monster cheats during the follow-up fight.
You say that like it's surprising.
This makes no sense, and yet it's working.
Power Rangers in a nutshell.
The team learns that their bounties have gone up, which raises the question of who exactly is enforcing bounties if there's some intergalactic empire conquering thing.
I think you just answered your own question there.
I mean, if it's the Zangiak enforcing the bounty, why are they printing newspapers?
Good PR.
Anyway, Navi gives itself another concussion and tells them they should consult the police. Stupid bird, this is a ranger show. There are no police or military officials.
Except the SPD Rangers. You know, the literal space police.
SPD 宇宙警察か。お前ら賞金に目がくらんで。
Well, yes, actually. Turns out setting up random explosions everywhere while we do slow-motion stunts is really expensive.
Ironic, seeing as how that was probably a money-saving concept.
However, he's soon confronted by the head of the space police, Doggy Kruger.
Wait, that's Kruger in the Sentai? Why did Power Rangers give him more reptilian, leathery skin?
And so our episode ends with the arrival of the Red Decker Ranger to clear them of the piracy charge, which was apparently a hoax made up by the Zangiak. So, just to be clear, the Pirate Sentai does not actually have pirates in it.
Damn, you know what this means? The ninjas won. Anyway, this review was fun.
Due to his love of Power Rangers, it's become fairly common for people to request Linkara review episodes of Super Sentai. While I think it would be cool of him to do a bit more compare and contrast between the two versions, especially seeing as how he actively doesn't do that in History of Power Rangers, I understand why he doesn't. It's good to see how a show stands on its own, especially how both shows are made with the assumption that their respective audiences won't see the other. A good video to check out.
I'm a reviewer. You review it, I review you.
Is this another illusion?
Oh, I can promise you, I am very real.
But how? You shouldn't have been able to escape Mistus's prison.
Not of my own power. However, like any cell, it's fairly easily opened from the outside. Grimsworth came to me asking about the Masters in Zodia's Thatch project. When the opportunity arose, I swapped places with him.
So he's been sitting in your prison while you use his authority as Grand Councilman.
Precisely. And now that I have Merrick's helm, the power that is rightfully mine, all that's left to do is take some much-needed revenge.
I must say, it's incredible to see how much you've grown, Lady Mistus. Vikar would be so proud.
Try telling me that when you're not holding one of my friends captive.
And you continue to prove my point.
Now, for my next move,
Mistus!
No. Not now. Of all the rotten times for this to happen.
Lady Mistus, you must get up! If you don't, then the game will be forfeit!
Well, I've seen enough card game animes to know where this is going. I'm tagging in.
You? But you have no magic!
Just because I'm no wizard doesn't mean I don't have magic. After all, what is science but magic that works?
Me, 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 me!
For the first time in over a decade, I'm going to enjoy something.
Me, 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 me!
How did you get out of your cage?
You know, Keybearer's getting really good at making these. Alright, you ready to end this, buddy?
Me, me!
Fools! You think you can overpower me?
Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me.
A power that can pierce the heavens themselves! A power that flows through all of us!
A power you could have had, but you tossed aside.
A power you'll never understand!
Then enlighten me. What power could be so great?
It comes from our hearts, strengthened by the connections we've forged.
Me, 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 me.
Our
Me, me,
friends
me,
are our
me.
power.
Me, 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 me.
You really aren't gonna let me live that down, are you?
On behalf of the Council, I'd like to apologize for all of this.
No big deal. All's well that ends well. So what's gonna happen with Drakal?
He'll undergo a ritual that will strip him of his remaining magic. Then he'll return to the prison Mistus made for him. I know firsthand how effective it is.
Speaking of... Hey! Almost didn't recognize you looking like that.
Third puberty. It's a doozy.
You gonna be okay? About Drakal, I mean.
Yeah. I have to accept the man I once called brother doesn't exist anymore. Maybe he never did. Besides, I still have you idiots to worry about.
In addition to our apologies, the Council also owes you a debt of gratitude.
Any chance that involves letting Mr. It off the hook?
Well, seeing as how Darkal's testimony is no longer valid, we never came to a true conclusion about Mr. It. But, chaos magic or no, I'd say you all have proven we need not be concerned.
Are you sure you don't need to consult the council first?
Oh, believe me, there are many members who have strong feelings about it. However, that is a fire I will be happy to put out. Consider it my personal thanks. Now run along. I believe you have a celebration to get to.